Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever the case may be. We haven't seen each other in a while. I apologize for that. I've been having some issues with the camera. But anyway, I'm going to combine 3 episodes into one. This is week 9, 10, and 11 of the real estate development experience. This is April. We're almost done. Okay? And by the way, this is Javon. Now, the name of this show, as you know, is the Real Estate Development Experience. Over the past 11 weeks, I've been documenting my experiences in this Masters of Science of Real Estate Development program. And the goal of this is like a video blog. It's to share my thoughts with you, my audience, and it's to also build a certain sense of business rapport with whoever is listening. You know, my goal when I started this program was to, and still is, to be a real estate developer. Now, I've learned a lot over these 11 weeks, but I've been thinking a lot about my path. As many of you know, I do have some interest in going to law school to study real estate law, but, you know, over the past 6 months, I've been reading and studying a man by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. And I have read his book, very influential book on my life and the way how I view things. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? And my first exposure to this book was probably 2001. My friend's father, who I won't name because of privacy reasons, but he knows if he's watching. He always had this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I thought it was some, I wasn't interested, you know? And, would you know, 11 years later, I'm reading the book, and I'm wishing that I would have read it back then, but I don't think I'd have been old enough to appreciate it. But anyway, Robert Kiyosaki basically talks about financial literacy. And let's just step back. My original goal with real estate, my original goal was to get a job, and I was going to stay here at this house and take the money I'm making, a portion of it, and invest in real estate and build my portfolio. That way, my passive income, as he states, or my residual income that I get from my rents or cash flows would exceed what I'm making. That way, I would do my job if I loved it. I wasn't confided to it. And that has been the basis of my whole, pretty much, last couple years of my life. But in the past 2 years or so, after working for a bit, I can see eventually I want to be my own man. So this is why I'm choosing this path. But, you know, the road has been rocky. I've been, kind of swaying back and forth. But the whole reason why I wanted to go to law school was to know the law, so I won't get messed up, and to also have a chance at being independent. But how quickly, after playing a game of cash flow with Robert Kiyosaki, I've quickly challenged my assumptions. One of the things in life in which we must seek to do, there's such a thing as he has it, if you ever play the game, again, it's called cash flow, and you can get this game, or you can play this game online at richdad.com. Look for the link. Play a game of cash flow. Guarantee you it'll change your whole life. But the basic goal of this is that you want to get out of the rat race, which is living day to day in a cycle of bills. Bills, paycheck bills, and after a while, basically you're just living from paycheck to paycheck. Alright? And the way how you get out of this is you're investing your money, and one of the primary vehicles that he stresses, which he does, is real estate. You invest your money till after a while you have your passive income. Would you know that this is out of vein? Your passive income exceeds your paycheck. And that's basically what it is. And with that said, this has been my goal for entering this business. It was to be independent, to rely on my own self, if you will. Kiyosaki also has what you would say a cash flow quadrant, or no, I would say a financial quadrant. It basically emphasizes how your mindset is. And the way how this works is that you have four quadrants. E, S, B, I. E, employee. S for service, people who are like, they have their own doctor's office or lawyer's office, but their services are required for the day-to-day operation of the business. You have E for employee. These are the regular. This is what we're training. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a teacher. Which is, no, I mean, I'm not knocking it. I got my bachelor's degree in education. And that was my original goal, to take the money I'm making teaching and invest it. There's nothing wrong with that. A very noble calling. But if you're just doing it and you're living from paycheck to paycheck, it's dangerous. Then you have, this is the left side. Okay, then you have the right side, which is B and I. Business and investment. These are people that hire managers and set up people to run their business. And their presence is not required for the business to operate effectively. You have the I for investor. Basically, these people, all they do is that they make their money work for them. Right? And that's all what it is. And my original goal was to teach, employee, but take the money I'm making teaching so I could be over here. That way, after a while, my cash flow that I'm building up from my rents on my apartment buildings or my rental properties, they would exceed, let's say I'm making a figure of $55,000 a year, right? I want my passive income, my residual income from my cash flow to be, I am a goal setter. Let's say just for small setter. I want it to be ultimately, of course, $1 million. That way, I don't have to do, I could just relax. But, ideally speaking, if my passive income was, let's say, $60,000, I wouldn't have to work anymore. And if my bills are around $20,000, I wouldn't have to work anymore. Okay? So, anyway, this is where I'm at right now. This is part 1 of the real estate development experience. Look out for part 2.